I have this perspective because I've experienced a similar situation as a Libyan person in 2011 who lived outside of Libya but was the first person to join the Facebook groups for the revolution, one of the first people to share this information here in the UK, one of the first people who made a group about this on Facebook, one of the first people to lead demonstrations here in the UK, in Leeds, and even going to London as well, joining the demonstrations there. And it's something I honestly regret because I feel like at the time these things helped escalate the situation, and raising awareness, we may think it does good, but what it did was bring a lot of unwanted attention to Libya from foreign countries. And literally every single country that had any money, that had any weaponry to support one side or other, did during the Libyan revolution. Throughout the month of Ramadan and until today, there is conflict going on in the capital of Libya, Tripoli, and this conflict is actually going on between two separate sides, the Libyan National Army and the UN-backed government in Tripoli. Both sides are financially backed by groups of countries that both have different opposing ideas of what they want the future of Libya to look like. And guess, who is the person most affected by this? The average Libyan person, the average Libyan family who is still going through this 8 years after the start of the revolution. Now I hope I've made the point clear. Tens of thousands of people have died in Libya since 2011 due to the conflict, not due to any other reason. And this is what you'd call a proxy war. But if we're talking proxy wars, I have to mention the biggest of all. In the same year, 2011, the Syrian revolution started. And to this day, it is just like Libya, still ongoing. However, the number of dead is believed to be over 400,000 people. Imagine that, 400,000 people. And guess who is involved in the picture once again? Different foreign governments backing different sides in the Syrian conflict. In the early years of the Syrian revolution, certain Western governments like the US and the UK actually backed different rebel groups. And these rebel groups ended up becoming extremist groups, terrorist groups, in every definition of the word. Now, this is why I am so against raising publicity for the Sudanese situation. Because since December 2019, the Sudanese people have peacefully dethroned a tyrant who has ruled over them for over 30 years. Now that deserves big congratulations and big credit. So we outside the country, whether Sudanese or not, now that the internet has been cut off, should not be pushing this agenda or that agenda or the UN to act or this foreign government to act. We should leave it up to the same people who started this intellectual revolution in Sudan to deal with this situation. I do understand everybody's emotional. There's been over 100 people killed. There has been allegations of rape against the Transitional Military Government of Sudan right now. This is all true. However, we should give the Sudanese people a chance to resolve this themselves. The ones who are on the ground, the ones who are going to have to live through this day in, day out. I'm sorry for getting this emotional, but this is what I've actually learned from our revolution in Libya and by watching the revolution of our brothers and sisters in Syria. And I'm sure you can find many more examples of where foreign intervention has not ended so well for those people actually on the ground. So who are we, sitting comfortable in the West, to go get involved in the business of those people when we're not going to go live through it ourselves? Either way, I ask that you do not see this video as a way of me telling off anybody who has changed their display picture on Instagram or any other platform to blue. This is a sign of solidarity with the Sudanese people, and I'm behind that. I'm behind and I'm in solidarity with anybody who is suffering in the world, honestly, from my heart. But let's also use this opportunity to raise awareness of many other issues, like the Uyghur people in China, for example. The millions who are oppressed by the Chinese government, who are in the concentration camps, who are being killed and brainwashed and being forced to go against their religion and their heritage and forget their culture and their bloodlines. We can also use this opportunity to remember those in Yemen who've also been killed in their tens of thousands, who have been going through one of the worst famines in human history, where 14 million people are food insecure, which means they are this close to death due to the fact that they cannot find their next meal. We can also use this opportunity to remember the nearly 1 million Rohingya brothers and sisters of ours who've had to flee Myanmar in the last couple of years due to their men being killed, their women being raped, their children being tortured, their homes being burnt. Let us together use the blue of the martyrs of Sudan to remember all of those who are suffering in the world right now, whether Muslim or not Muslim. May Allah alleviate their pains. If you don't believe in God, may their pains be alleviated any other way. And as for the Sudanese Revolution, it is my opinion that it's still early days. You may disagree, but I think we should leave it to those on the ground, the Sudanese people on the ground, because they are a smart and educated people and they've come so far without anybody's help. So even those outside the country, yes, do raise your awareness, but let's not go for pushing for foreign intervention just yet. Of course, this is only my opinion. If you disagree, please mention it in the comment. And if you found this video interesting, then also please do leave a comment with your opinion, like and share the video on your story or with anybody else who may also find it useful, so we can keep this conversation going, because it is a very important topic. And apart from that, if you have got this far, then of course I do thank you. I'm very grateful for you watching the video of me talking my gibberish this whole time. As you can see, I've got very wet in the rain to make it happen. So I'm showing you my appreciation, and I hope that you have an absolutely brilliant day, man! What a weirdo, man.